On this episode of Slainte, we're stoked and ready for our visit to Fired Distilleries, located just outside Annapolis Royal. We'll meet the incredible team behind this ever-growing brand, jump into the cellar for the first sips from an old barrel, and explore the magical and wild available at this picturesque community distillery. Today, I'm headed to beautiful Annapolis Royal and on my way to Fired Distilleries, where a passion for crafting fine spirits has warmed the hearts of the town and beyond. Fired has been crafting some truly unique maritime flavors, and I couldn't wait to meet the team. To find out how this all began, I sat down with one of the co-founders, Andrew.
It all started when I decided to be a little bit crazy and pursue underwater welding as a career.
That is crazy.
Yeah, never knew that was the direction I was gonna go. I went to school for business, marketing. That was kind of where I thought I wanted to be. Started a career in Toronto, realized how much I hated it, and then jumped ship completely and moved to PEI and started going to school for this industry, so very strange.
So where did that interest come from?
Again, I was a scuba diver from as early as I possibly could be. My dad was the one that got me on board, and not to lie, he was the one that put the bug in my ear that you could even do commercial diving, because I didn't know that trade existed. And my sister happened to live out in PI, so I was like, you know what, let's go for it. And to be honest, that's where I first fell in love with the ocean, and I knew I was meant for the East Coast, and that's when I moved to Nova Scotia, started a dive career, and met my business partner, Owen Ritchie.
How then did you ever find yourself in the distilling industry?
Owen and I were two very like-minded people in an industry that's really fast-paced and rugged and, dangerous, as they all say. Everyone likes to drink really strong rum and whiskey and everything else. Owen and I like gin.
Ooh.
We were gin drinkers, and we're like, give us a gin soda with a splash of lime, And then everyone would look at you and be like, what? We're like, we're comfortable with who we are. Pan another couple years later, and we decided, after drinking enough gin on these jobs away, that we think we could do a better job ourselves. So we tried.
And did you?
We did. I think we successfully accomplished this. We started a little bit of a hobby distilling gig on the side. Our now lawyer in town, we used to rent rooms off him and hobby distill in his basement while we were kind of kickstarting things. So we were a little bit of moonshiners on the side while commercial diving. Things like our Granny's apple pie, which is now one of our best sellers here, was one of the originals. And we had no idea which direction it was gonna go and how quickly it was gonna take off, I guess. And it got to the point where people at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning were starting to knock on the basement door. Are you the moonshine guys? And we're just like, uh-oh. So we had to back paddle a little bit. And then we started actually going through the legal process of writing the business plan, getting that whole process going. It was about 3 years in total to get it done. And then voila, Fired was born.
And the support that you got from the community, you didn't expect that?
No. And again, they didn't necessarily believe us initially, because we started building on Lakil Country Store, which is a store here that's been around, I think, since 1938, 39. Has a lot of rich history. It's changed a lot over the years. We found a way, because we thought this was going to be a part-time job, that we could build onto the store and use that store as our retail outlet. We kept the footprint all together and all the same. And building onto it, we kept having locals come by being like, what you building? Because everyone always wants to know what's going on. And we kept saying, it's going to be a craft distillery or a moonshine distillery. Yeah, right. The government would never let you do that. Okay. Then the next time, another person, what are you building? Distillery. Yeah, right. So we kept having this common theme of no one believing us. So we started saying, it's a Tim Hortons, guys. We got a Tim Hortons coming. And everyone's like, yes. Uh-oh, shouldn't have done that. So that was the birth of our coffee moonshine, because we realized after we had kind of stepped on ourselves here, we had to deliver some form of coffee beverage, because no one believed it was going to be a craft distillery initially. And then from there, like I said, it's just been absolutely supportive. So they saw it, they tasted it, they loved it. And again, they could buy it from their favorite country store in the community. It was all too perfect, right? So
A fabulous supportive experience. To find out a bit more about their world-renowned gin, I spoke to the other co-founder and distiller, Owen.
I know both me and Andrew are really excited about how well our gin's been doing.
Yeah.
It's probably both of our favorite products. Caleb, it's one of his favorite products as well. We're exporting it to New York City. I went down last spring, and we had an event down there. It was really cool to see what all these la-di-da mixologists in New York could do with it. I drink gin and soda water. Like, I'm not that adventurous.
Yeah.
But to put it in somebody else's hands and see what they could do with it's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. And was it you that made the decision to put the dulse in the gin?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So originally, I was just laying in bed one night, and I was reading an article how they were using algae to make fuel. So you can make biofuel from algae. So then I got in my head, if you can make fuel from it, I can make alcohol from it. So then I really wanted to find somebody smart enough, because obviously I'm not, find somebody smart enough to convert seaweed, because we have such an abundance of seaweed in Nova Scotia, into ethanol. So figure out what type of enzymes you need to break down the seaweed. That never came to be. And then we started making our gin. And I have always loved dulse. Andrew, not so much. He's not a dulse fan. He loves the flavor of it in our gin. If you ask him to eat it, he will not. Whereas me, on the other hand, I grew up eating dulse. It's definitely one of my favorites. And I just wanted something different in the gin. I definitely wanted it to be a simple gin. So many craft gins these days, the botanicals are 15 botanicals and up. And I have a pretty sensitive palate. So if I'm drinking a gin and I can't identify what I'm tasting in it, my mind gets confused. I pick it apart and I don't enjoy it. So I really wanted to make a simple gin. There's only 8 botanicals in it. But we also wanted it to be very unique. So that's where the dulse came in.
Next up on Slainte, I meet the chief of sales at Fired Distilleries, and I dive into a special tasting of a barrel-aged project. Located just outside the picturesque town of Annapolis Royal, you'll find Fired Distilleries, which had become a unifying force for the local community. To find out a bit more about the business, I sat down with their chief of sales, Caleb.
So I will go to various trade shows around Nova Scotia. Actually, last weekend, I was just in North Sydney, Cape Breton, doing an outdoor sporting and hunting show, and I was one of 2 alcohol vendors there. So needless to say, I had a really great time selling moonshine to Cape Bretoners on a rainy weekend at a sport and hunting show. So a lot of the time I will set up my booth, and all I really need to do is just let people know that I have a fantastic product, and the moment they try it, the booze does all the heavy lifting for me.
What is your favorite product that you have?
Oh, the gin.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Well, it's got such a floral body to it, and I love the salinity of the dulse at the end. And really, there's nothing like it. Like my mother's very British, and gin is definitely something that kind of courses through the veins, and I've never found one that quite matches the beauty of our Fundy gin. Now, that being said, when we have the barrel-aged Fundy gin, I emotionally and mentally get distraught, because the gin is my favorite thing. But I've decided that I'm not gonna make a decision. I love them both, equally for different reasons.
That makes makes sense. Have you been behind any of the flavors that you've created?
Not really yet. Aside from being the only one that will actually taste the Reaper Series vodka before bottling, I think that's one of the only claims to fame that I can have around here. I bottle those things on a Wednesday, and I can normally feel them in my chest and face long into Fridays.
Sorry, what vodka is that?
We have a weaponized series of hot vodkas called the Reaper Series, and it includes peppers like mustard habanero vodka, Carolina Reaper vodka, Thai bird chili vodka, just some of the world's hottest vodkas. Now, what I use them for primarily is cooking. As I said, I'm trained as a chef, so I've got culinary applications for everything that we actually make here. But for those, I have nothing to prove by drinking a 1,000,000 Scoville shot of vodka, but soups, stews, stir fries, chilies, pickle brines, sauces, num 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 num. Num.
I agree. I completely agree.
That's excellent.
What do you hope that customers can experience when they come?
Oh, when they come here, they're gonna try some award-winning alcohol, but they're also gonna get a little bit of flair. As I said, smiles, personality. Most people, when they walk through my front door, they come through the door with a big smile on their face, and they leave with a bigger smile on their face.
Caleb, I'm so curious. When I look at all of the products, the labels on them are beautiful. Can you tell me who makes those?
Well, some of the labels actually all the labels are done by Nova Scotian artists. I'm very fortunate that my partner has done a few of the labels so far on them and some of our other logo designs. So local artist, Courtney Turner Art. I know that one specifically. They're beautiful though, and they're eye-catching, many of our labels. Like the Winter Wanderer label, a lot of the time at my booths and trade shows, I'll set that owl up on the corner because those piercing eyes, if I can't make eye contact with the people walking by, the bottles make eye contact.
These spirits sounded very persuasive. Next, I joined Andrew in the barrel room for a closer look at barrel aging and a very special product.
Barreling has become the fad. You can get yourself barrel-aged vodka for some reason. Barrel-aged gin is a new thing that's ongoing. The barrel seems to make you more legitimate, and for some reason really like solidifies that you're here to stay. You've got product in a barrel, you got some things to show some people, right? So.
And is that why you have so many barrels?
Well, yeah, we want more.
Yeah, really?
Kind of like anyone with any hobby, once you start with one, it's never enough. And now Owen and I have put together a very large warehouse in the back that we intend to fill. So this is where it all began, and it's gonna get really aggressive quickly, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so do every single one of these barrels have something in it?
They do, which is super fun. And that's why we also need a lot more, because behind you here, we have rum sitting down that's probably been down for 3 to 4 years. We've got a wonderful product called Honey Shine, which is one of our favorites as well. It's very like bourbon-esque, but it's made literally from 1,000 pounds of local honey, water, and yeast, and that is it. So
No way.
like a mead, but of course it's barrel-aged to make it legitimate, and it is good. So I want to tell you as well, while we're here, we have a special treat because we knew you were coming today. We have created a rye whiskey made 100% with rye from Horton Ridge, local product, malted in this province, everything, and it's ready. And we have yet to taste it. We've never tried it before, and I hope you like whiskey because this is going to be good.
I love whiskey. Actually, I love whiskey. I do make a face every time, but it's because I love it, not because I don't.
That's great.
But you haven't even tried it yet.
No, this is literally the first unveiling. We just took the cork out of the barrel. We've never seen the color of the spirit, and what everyone can see in front of us here is our first ever made rye whiskey. So this thing is going to be as delightful as we hope it is. The smell already, it filled the air once we opened it up. So I will say to all of you watching this show, if it is as good as we think it is, we may not share. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This first cask, we might keep for ourselves. I apologize. So it is what it is.
That's fair. You made it. That's fair. How long was that rye whiskey in the barrel?
Almost 2 years now.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And is it so far, like with the color and the smell, is it what you were looking for?
Absolutely. The color is one really good giveaway as to how much saturation is taken on with the wood. So if I get a little nerdy here, once you put the spirit in the barrel, we usually like to put it in at 62.5 to 65%. The reason for that is it will then break down with the wood, it'll saturate the wood, and it will take in those wood tannins, which is basically like the oils and, you know, all that kind of sap. And there's a char to it. So it has an oakiness, it has a char, it filters, it breathes, it does all kinds of really cool things. And that's where people say with aging, wherever you do it, it's always going to be different. Because some people put it outside near an apple orchard and they claim that that spirit will take in some of the ambiance and the fragrance and everything else that happens in that meadow or wherever. Some people like to do it on boats, for example, you know what I mean? Anywhere. So it'll always change. So even in here, what we're aging is gonna taste different than if we put the exact same spirit somewhere else. So what you're about to try is gonna be very unique and one of a kind, right? So we're gonna do a nice little pour. So typically you wanna do the swirl, make sure that you've got all this falling out right here. This is very nice. Of course, in our fancy mason jar, this is the way, of course, we're gonna present it. So
Beautiful.
into our still fired rocks glass, we'll just give you a tiny little taste. As I said, this is quite potent.
Thank
so.
you. Even that, I'm like, do I have to drink all of that?
You don't have to,
Okay,
but it depends what kind of day you're having. So, right?
I'm so interested. Thank you
Cheers.
so much.
Slainte.
Slainte, you got it. Wow. It's like sweet, beautiful, oaky, sweet smell to it.
It's really, really smooth. So the main thing, because it's 65%, you're not getting a lot of the ethanol, which means that it's probably saturated. It's filtered out really nicely, and I bet you it's going to be a really smooth product.
Oh my
Nose on that is
gosh,
delightful.
That smells lovely.
Let's go. Let's see what
Let's
it tastes
go.
like. Oh, yeah.
I didn't make a face.
You didn't? Oh, amazing.
Because it's so smooth.
I heard the deep breath.
There was like
Breathe it out. So you get those cereal notes, like I was saying, the rye, it's 100% rye grain. It adds that spiciness. It has a little spicy note in the background, a little bit of pepperiness, but also a balance of sweet.
That is fantastic. Are you happy with your products?
Well, considering I know everyone else at this distillery is like anxious to try this, absolutely. This is really good, and I'm saying we may not share this one. I'm sorry, guys.
Next up on Slainte. I'm parched, and it's time for the tasting at Still Fired Distilleries. It seems there's more to this distillery than meets the eye. Today, I'm at Still Fired Distilleries near historic Annapolis Royal and in fine spirits. Having discovered the history of the business and even learned about a very special barrel-aged product, it was time to sit down for a proper tasting. So I decided to belly up to the bar with the retail store manager, Amy.
So this is our real Granny's apple pie. We use a local apple cider that we get from Boats Family Farm just outside of Berwick. And then we add our pie spice and then moonshine and spring water, and that is it. So you're looking at a beautiful slice of pie that you're drinking. So go ahead and try some Granny's apple pie.
I can't wait. Thank you so much, Amy.
Slainte.
Slainte, you're right. That just tastes like an apple pie.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely it does. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's good. Isn't that amazing?
It's fantastic.
So very mild. It's only 20% alcohol, so more of a liqueur than a hard liquor. But you really get the flavor of the moonshine, the apple spice, and the apple cider as well.
Well, I just find that they all perfectly balance. Like the fruitiness of the apple, like it's so sweet, but then the spice coming in, and it's just like everything is so harmonious.
It's amazing, eh? All right, well, we're gonna move on to another product. Now, this is our Fundy Gin. So this is probably our award-winningest product that we make. It actually uses dulse, which is a seaweed from the Bay of Fundy. So we get it from Victoria Beach, which is just up the road from here, so not far at all. So with local dulse, there's a bunch of other botanicals, a citrus rosemary, so you're gonna get some salt and some citrus notes in it. So have a sniff, see what you think, see if you can smell the ocean water.
I am so intrigued. I've been actually anxiously waiting to try this because it's all I've heard about all morning was this dulse, and I'm so apprehensive. But let's see what we do.
We picked a very mild juniper on purpose so that the dulse is actually very forward in the tasting. So you can smell some of the salt on your nose, and then when you taste it, you definitely get some of that saltiness. So cheers.
Cheers. That's fantastic.
Isn't that interesting? So there's a ton of different botanical flavors.
Love, love, love the juniper in it. Like,
Yes.
And it's not too piney.
No, exactly. And so we did that on purpose. And because it is a bit salty, it pairs really well in a gin Caesar or with your favorite tonic. So it is very versatile as far as a spirit. This gin actually won the Taste of Nova Scotia award last year for the best product made in Nova Scotia. So we're definitely very proud of that one. We've been in the Wall Street Journal and Esquire magazine. We've been featured all over the place. People actually come from the States to this distillery on purpose. They came to Nova Scotia just to check out where their favorite gin comes from. So we've been very proud of that one for sure. All right, we're gonna move on to something a little different now. So we're back to our flavored moonshines. This is a new product we released just about a year ago. It's a mocha moonshine cream liqueur. We call it Winter Wanderer because it's a beautiful white product, and it's named after the snowy owls that come down from the Arctic Circle and visit Nova Scotia over the winter. So it is our winter product, but it goes good all year long for sure. So this cream liqueur is a little bit different than Bailey's in that it's flavored with moonshine, a local coffee, local honey, and some vanilla as well. So it's all natural flavors and it's beautiful creamy. So give it a taste, see what you think.
Oh my gosh, the way that you described it, like already my mouth was watering. There's coffee in here as well?
Yes, so you get some local espresso from Sissibu Roasters out of Bear River. This has their Night Owl espresso in it, along with some local honey from a local apiary as well.
Really? Oh my goodness. I can't believe the smells I'm getting off that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
just
yeah.
so, like, that is a dessert in and of
It
itself.
very much is a dessert.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that lovely? So you get the beautiful sweetness along with this a little bit of alcohol in it, but not too much. It actually is good for cooking as well. There's a local woman who made a tiramisu out of this she brought in for us to try, to die for. And there's a restaurant in Digby that does a creme brulee with it that is amazing. So you don't just have to drink it. You can do really anything you want with it.
It is so lovely. And may I say, like, there's something where, if you were to compare this to, like, a Bailey's or something, like, there's something more simplistic about it. It's very natural, is what I get from it.
And that's what we did on purpose. No chemicals in there. There's no stabilizers. So we do recommend drinking within 6 months because it's only the alcohol keeping it from going bad because it's real cream, real honey, real coffee, all natural flavors.
So lovely. So lovely.
All right, well, next we're moving into my favorite product that we make. So this is something I want you to try because I love it. This is the best thing in what we make, hands down, in my personal opinion. So our vodkas are incredibly smooth. They come off almost distilled at almost 97% alcohol, and then they're filtered through charcoal to get rid of any impurities. So they are beautifully smooth. I'd put our vodkas against any top shelf vodka there is out there. And this one in particular has a real vanilla bean right in the bottle. So we take a whole vanilla bean, we score it just to break it open a little, let it sit in the bottle for about a month before we put it on the shelf. So you get this gorgeous golden liqueur and then a beautiful vanilla flavor as well. You can really smell that vanilla already.
I can't believe, okay, so is the vanilla bean,
Yep.
the vanilla is just from that one vanilla bean
That's
that
it.
you put in the bottle.
That's right. There's no vanilla extract. There's nothing in there but one bean.
No.
One bean per bottle, and you get this much gorgeous vanilla flavor out of it. It's amazing.
I can't believe that.
yeah.
Like, just smelling it already, it just smells like this is straight vanilla extracted. That's fantastic. Oh.
Such a smooth vodka. Beautiful vanilla flavor. My favorite cocktail out there for sure, vanilla vodka.
I am honestly shocked
Yeah.
how strong that vanilla is.
I know.
To not be distilled with it, like for it to be just...
Post-distillation, yeah. And then we do let it sit for a month, which is sort of our big secret because we really want that flavor to come through. So the longer you let it sit in the bottle, the better it's going to taste. But honestly, mine never lasts that long. So it goes down real easy.
I was gonna say, knowing that it tastes like that, how do you even wait the month?
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
how.
hard. Yeah, we make a lot at a time. So, well, the very last thing we're going to try is one of our newest products. We just came out with these last summer, Moonshine Mixology cocktails. So they're pre-mixed cocktails. You can drink them straight or mix them with a soda or a tonic water if you want to add a little bit of flavor. We had a few different flavors last summer. We're bringing out all new ones this summer. What you're going to try today is a Blue Moon Mojito. So it's fresh blueberry juice, our lovely white rum, and a simple syrup. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I know. So it's only about 17 to 18% alcohol. So again, when you mix this into a soda water, it tastes beautiful. So you can make a really unique cocktail out of it or just drink it like that over ice. And every flavor of the cocktails that we have is different. So you're gonna be getting something different with every drink that you have. Yeah, it's amazing. And that's the coolest thing about distillation is really the sky's the limit when it comes to the artistic side of it. Whatever you dream, you can achieve, which is really cool. And that's why we really enjoy this, because we're always coming up with something new. So every time you visit our distillery, there'll be something new in store.
I was just gonna say, on that note, then all the variety is such a testament to what you guys are really setting out to do, and it's just incredible.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I absolutely love them. May I have a bit more of my blueberries?
Of course,
It's
please
so
go right
good.
ahead.
Thank you so much, Amy.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't seem to matter where you go or who you talk to. The dedication and passion for this industry is ever present in the quality of the products that are being made in the maritime provinces. Here in beautiful Annapolis Royal, the talented team at Still Fired Distilleries is no different. The love and pride of their products and their community is evident as soon as you walk in the door. This amazing crew has crafted some of the most authentic East Coast flavors and spirits this province has to offer. So add this to your list and stop by to pick up a few new favorites at this amazing local treasure.